Alabama and LSU, of course, are fierce rivals in the SEC Western Division. They are fighting and putting all their resources, their money, their power, their effort toward winning a division championship, conference championship, national championship. 2013, of course, playing in the SEC West, they play each other. They play the same 5 division opponents, so 6 of their 8 conference games are exactly the same. So LSU plays 2 teams from the Eastern Division, as does Alabama, and everyone else in the West plays 2 non-division opponents. Okay, in 2013, Alabama's 2 non-division opponents, Tennessee and Kentucky, went a combined 1-15 in the SEC the previous season, and went a whopping 2-14 that particular season in 2013. LSU's 2 non-division Eastern Conference Eastern Division opponents, Georgia and Florida, went 14-2. So the SEC was devising and planning and building a schedule that had Alabama and LSU playing 6 exact conference opponents, the same, including themselves. The 2 differences in the schedule for 2 teams competing for division championship was that Alabama would play 2 teams that went 1-15 the year before, or 2-14 that year, and LSU would play 2 teams that went 14-2. How is that fair? It makes no sense. We're here to fix the scheduling. First, the conference scheduling, then the non-conference scheduling here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. Please like the video if you love the content, or at least like the content, think it's valuable. Even if you don't agree with me all the time, not a big deal. That's why we're here. We all add our voice to the discussion. So hit the like button. Subscribe right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. We go live just about every day, typically multiple times per day. So you got to subscribe. Hit that bell for the notifications. That way you know when we're going live. We're here to fix scheduling. Everybody wants the playoff fixed, but to fix the playoff properly, you have to fix the scheduling. Because the scheduling right now is unfair, and people see it out of conference that it's unfair. Okay, USC plays Alabama and Notre Dame as they would have in 2020, and Baylor plays nobody ever. That's easy to see, but actually the conference scheduling is screwed up too. All right, this is how we fix the SEC schedule. First and foremost, with the ACC and the SEC in particular playing 8-game conference schedules out of 14-team leagues, that means there are another 13 teams in the league. You only play 8 of them. You're missing 5 teams. That creates the possibility, probability, and actually the certainty of huge gaps in fairness, as we just outlined. For the one example I just gave you, I could give you another 50. They're every year. One team will play 2 non-division opponents who went 13-3 the previous season. They're competing for division championship against somebody else who's playing 2 teams that went 4-12 the previous season. Not fair. How is that fair? It's not. We're making scheduling fair and equitable. All right. Eliminate the divisions. Missouri should not be in the SEC Eastern Division. They're further west than everybody except maybe Texas A&M and possibly Arkansas, I guess. Makes no sense. Take the 2 best teams in the conference during the season, and they will play the conference championship game like the Big 12 has fallen into. They didn't mastermind that. They fell into that plan. All right. We're going to protect the legitimate rivalries. They're ingrained in the fabric of college football, but we're eliminating the fake rivalries. So in the SEC, if you're unfamiliar, you play all your division opponents each year, and you play a designated rival in the other division that you play every year, and then you rotate the games against everybody else. So let's take an example of 2 top-line teams, Alabama and Georgia. They will play every 6 years. Ole Miss and Vanderbilt play every year. Of course, they need to play every year. Texas A&M and South Carolina play every year. Texas A&M, can you get a more distorted rivalry that has absolutely no reason. There's nothing connecting the two schools. They just needed to fill up all the spots. If Tennessee and Alabama and Auburn and Georgia have rivalries, then we need to give everybody a rival. Mississippi State and Kentucky are rivals. Idiotic, makes no sense, it's stupid. Even if we kept the divisions, I would get rid of those other rivalries, the fake rivalries, and I would keep the 3 legitimate rivalries, cross-division rivalries, Alabama and Tennessee, Auburn, Georgia, LSU, Florida. I would keep those 3, get rid of the other ones, even if we keep the divisions, because it ties up what I want to do with scheduling, and that's create balanced, equitable, fair scheduling. All right. So keep the legitimate rivalries, get rid of the fake rivalries that don't make any sense. Because think of it this way. Florida and Auburn, down through the years, actually have a rivalry, or did at one point in the SEC when they played all the time, or played just about every year prior to the division format. Auburn and Florida, you would think, we would like to see that game most of the time. Not every year, necessarily, but most of the time. Well, they're going to play 1 out of every 6 years. Therefore, if the scheduling doesn't change in the SEC, Auburn and Florida will play 10 times in the next 60 years. Mississippi State and Kentucky, of course, will play 60 times in the next 60 years. Texas A&M and South Carolina, oh, we need to see that game. That's a must-see. That's woven in the fabric of college football in the SEC. They will play every year, 60 consecutive years. How stupid is this? It's incredibly idiotic, the people that came up with this. I don't think that they're idiots themselves. They just, maybe when you put a number of people in a room together, I don't know what happens here, but it just doesn't work. All right. We solved the unfair scheduling this way. Okay. 9-game conference schedule. That means that you're playing 9 opponents that also played 9 opponents the previous season. So the teams that you play in any given year in conference played a total of 81 conference games the previous season. Therefore, you build a schedule in which every team in the conference, I don't care if you're Alabama, I don't care if you're Vanderbilt, you will play a composite schedule that's 500. That means all the teams that you're playing in any given season, every season, without fail, if you add up all their records from the previous season, it will add up to 500. Does that guarantee a fair schedule? No. Players get hurt, players get better, teams get worse, players get worse, teams change throughout the season, number one. Number two, you can't predict how much a team will improve or decline in any given season, but at least it's a fair schedule. At least it's fair in that it was built in a fair manner. So keep in mind that we can't give an exactly 500 schedule because, of course, 9 times 9 is 81, and so the record of all the teams that you play from the previous season adds up to 81, so it's either going to be 40 and 41 or 41 and 40. Same difference. Okay. There you go. There's the SEC schedule. If you want me to build it to prove what this would look like, I will do that. We need 10,000 views. That's going to take some work. We need 10,000 views on this video. So please share the video on social media. You should do that anyway, because if you're here every day, every week, even every month, just to catch some college football, that means you enjoy the content that we deliver, the best discussion, debate, and analysis. That's our aim, that's our goal, that's our mission. All right, so if you enjoy the content, don't you think others will as well? There are millions of people on Facebook and Twitter that have no idea we're here every day talking college football. Please share the videos out there on social media. Get us to 10,000 views on the SEC schedule, this particular video, and I will shoot a video in which I will lay out the entire SEC schedule and show you that it can be done. Everybody playing a 500 composite schedule. Right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We'll be back